Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? Saints got thrown a little bit of a curveball in their offseason plans, potentially anyway. Found out that Richard Sherman was arrested at 6:08 a.m. Wednesday on burglary, domestic violence charges up in the state of Washington. That was according to Adam Schefter. And then Schefter later tweeted a quote from Richard Sherman's wife, Ashley Moss, who told the Seattle Times, I'll read this quote directly, "He didn't harm anybody. My kids were not harmed in the incident. He's a good person, and this is not his character. We're doing all right, just trying to get him out of jail. I want people to know no one was injured." Details of what is alleged to have happened have not really been plentiful at this point, but we know that the case is being investigated as a felony and that Sherman was denied bail. So as of now, and this tweet from Adam Schefter was a little more than an hour ago from this moment. This is 2:07 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday. Sherman was still in jail, still being held in jail. First and foremost, I don't know what happened. I'm not going to speculate as to what happened. I don't know the nature of it. I will take his wife at her word and what is alleged to have happened, why it was, but I don't know. I don't know from the legalities of it. I will say what I always say when there are legal situations. I'm willing to let due process take its course. So let the legal system do what it's going to do, and they'll sort all this out. And from there, we will see what happens. My job here isn't to speculate on the legalities. My job is to talk from a sports angle. So that's what I will do, understanding that there are much more sincere and important issues at hand when you're talking about a man arrested and charged with felony and the nature of what is alleged. Okay. So put that in a box, put it on a shelf, and then understand, I know that's way more significant, but I'm just going to talk about it from a sports side because the Saints need a cornerback, and Richard Sherman is one that has been linked to the Saints for some time. Sherman even gave an interview several weeks ago talking, and he was asked specifically about the New Orleans Saints, where he thought maybe it might not be the best fit because the Saints aren't in as dire need as many people think they are. I'm paraphrasing what Sherman said at that time. And then we saw the Saints recently kick tires on Dre Kirkpatrick. But the reason we've speculated so much on Richard Sherman, of course, is because the Saints need a cornerback opposite of Marshawn Lattimore. When Jack Rabbit's no longer with the team, and your next cornerbacks are Paulson Adebo, who's a rookie, Patrick Robinson, P.J. Williams. You don't really have anybody that's a given, a proven boundary corner that can play opposite of Marshawn Lattimore. So Aaron Glenn is out. He's now with Dan Campbell in Detroit. You bring in Chris Richard, who was the DB coach, and then the defensive coordinator in Seattle with the Legion of Boom. There were so many ties that just made a lot of sense naturally to bring Richard Sherman here to New Orleans, even at 33 years old. He formerly was one of the best defensive backs in the NFL. He was a first-team All-Pro cornerback for 3 consecutive years in 2012, 13, and 14. He spent the last 3 seasons in San Francisco after beginning his career for 7 years in Seattle. You wonder how much tread does he still have on the tires at 33 years old? Don't know that. But he's at least an interesting possibility for New Orleans when you look around. This could really throw a wrench in that. And primarily because depending on what happens from a legal standpoint, even if all of that is or might be rectified to whatever degree, remember, Roger Goodell still has full autonomy through the league's personal conduct policy to discipline. So it's likely that even if Richard Sherman charges are dropped or whatever happens here, that Richard Sherman is likely going to miss time. The reason that's even more significant, as you know, is because Marshawn Lattimore also violated the league's personal conduct policy, and we are all assuming that Roger Goodell is going to suspend Marshawn Lattimore for some time at the start of the season. If it's a game or 2 games or whatever it may be, the Saints are likely going to be without Marshawn Lattimore at the start of the season, and if the free agent you sign is Richard Sherman and he's going to miss time at the start of the season, potentially, then maybe that's just, hey, take him off the list. You got to have somebody that's going to be able to go, especially when you don't have Lattimore to start the season. All of that is speculative, of course, because we don't know what Roger Goodell will do, but given his history here, given precedent, you're likely to see Marshawn Lattimore suspended, and theoretically now with this as well, Richard Sherman. So will he even be there? It's worth asking that question. Now, the other thing that is just critically important now, especially considering the Saints have extended Ryan Ramczyk and you're talking about freeing up cap space and you've got some $11 million in cap space available now, maybe 11 and a half, to where you can actually go spend some money on free agents to fortify that roster. Where they decide to spend that money certainly is going to be very interesting for New Orleans, and cornerback, potentially linebacker, if Quan Alexander is healthy, are the spots that we've all looked at. When you look at free agent cornerbacks that are still available right now, that list is getting pretty narrow. I mean, Richard Sherman is one that we talk about. Steven Nelson, who's 28 years old. DJ Hayden, Josh Norman, 34 years old. He is still available. Buster Screen, Brian Poole, Michael Davis, Garion Conley, only 26 years old, started his career with Houston. He's available. If you really want to go down that road, Nickel Roby-Coleman is available. I mean, if you really want to just troll the entire organization. There's Drake Kirkpatrick and Jonathan Joseph, 37 years old. Tramon Williams, who's 38. I mean, you've got some guys out there. Jason Verrett, who's a guy the Saints really liked when he was coming out of TCU. He's 30, and he's a free agent who's still available. But you can understand, man, that list is getting pretty lean for guys that you might be able to bring in to patch that hole. Interestingly enough, Kevin Tolliver is a free agent cornerback and is still out there as well. So we'll keep our eye on it, but today's news may very well eliminate Richard Sherman from any possible conversations involving New Orleans, at least at the start of the season. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.